So they just proved that your phone was designed to break you. Like a judge actually just confirmed what we already felt. The apps aren't accidentally addictive. They were engineered that way on purpose. And it's not just a conspiracy anymore, it's actually a proven fact. It's it's just sad because I remember as a kid, 5, 6 years old, we would actually go to our neighbors' houses and knock on the door when we wanted to go, play. So we would leave our bikes in the front yard. We actually rode our bikes around. Nowadays, what do they race around their electric bikes and all that stuff? Dude, we used to dig holes in the woods and play and shoot each other with BB guns. This is just simple shit. We were playing army. You know what I mean? Today's kids are playing Roblox on the iPad while they're eating. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm innocent. I also watch YouTube videos while I'm eating, but I'm an adult. I'll do what I want. No, but yeah, it's just sad. And it's not just the kids being affected. It's affecting people that grew up without phones too. I mean, I didn't have a phone until maybe middle school. So I knew a little bit of life. I was just a kid, but I knew a little bit of life before the internet. But that being said, it still affects the people that are older than me. Like people that are 40, 50 years old are still addicted to their phones as well. So it goes beyond just the age. A lot of people like to say, oh, the kids, this and that. It's taking our kids, but it's taking you. It's taking all of your attention. That's all this is for. It's just to take your attention. They want to take your money and they want to take your attention. That's everything in this world right now, in our reality. Everything wants to take your money and everything wants to take your attention. So I think if you could operate off of that basic truth and just be aware, like on guard, like, oh, what is this person trying to take from me? Are they trying to take my attention or are they trying to take my money? One of the two, always. Like, I'm trying to take your attention right now with this video. When you break it down like that, things get a lot simpler. You can start tracing things back. Follow the money, too. Like, apps are not technically free. Apps cost your time and attention. And that's a proven business model in and of itself that I'm just going to go and say Uber use, Netflix use, where they start off really cheap and they capture a large section of that market. And once they make people reliable on their app or addicted to their app, they start raising the prices up. And that's a proven business model. That's not me just riffing off the top of my head. This is actually happening. These companies actually do this, and it's sickening. You're the product. They want your attention because they're going to take your attention and then they're going to sell it to someone else. And that psychology has been around for a long time too. I think like in the 1980s, newspaper companies were discovering this, and that's when they started making all these crazy headlines. They've known about this for a long time. This goes way back before phones. Um, it's just now the phone is the newspaper in your hand. It's the propaganda device that they didn't have. In what's crazy is even in World War II, when the Germans were releasing the propaganda that they were releasing, or the U.S. is releasing every country releases propaganda. I just was gonna use Germany as an example. You know how effective their psychological operations were, and they didn't have the internet. They had newspaper. They had paper. They didn't even have phones. Just think about the crazy psychological operations going on now. Like they can just teleport it right in front of your face. They don't have to get you to pick up. They were doing this before. Newspapers were sitting everywhere. They want you to look at the headlines on the newspaper, but now they just put a little app on your front page of your phone and can shove whatever they want in your face. And it's absolutely frying our attention span. It's desensitizing us to like really nasty things, which some nasty things should be talked about. We should be desensitized to it. I'm not saying we shouldn't be, but there's a level of unhealthy desensitization that happens as well. When we stop being able to actually sit down and focus on our work really get into the zone, when we stop going into the flow, when it starts messing with our creativity, that's when we know we've been burnt out. Um, and that's essentially what's been going on for a long time. Is a lot of people have been burnt out on this crap, and even if they're burnt out, they just go right back to it, and that's why they feel shitty. That's why they feel depressed. It's why they're not anywhere where they want to be in their life, because they can't control their own emotions or desires. And essentially that's what it boils down to, is they're letting the phone control their attention spans. They're letting the phone control what they look at, what they believe, and it's really unhealthy. And at the end of the day, no one's going to take the phone out of your hand. The only thing that we can do is just realize that it's happening. And I know it's like beating a dead horse. People know the phone's addicted. This isn't new. But what would be new is if people just decided to put it down. You know, stop using your phone for crap. Stop using your phone to escape from reality. You know, put a little bit more effort into your side hustle. You can use your phone for that. That's fine. But scrolling reels on Instagram, trash. Scrolling reels on YouTube is trash. Scrolling reels on TikTok is trash. It's all rotting you from the inside out. And it is frying your attention span. Same with porn. But that's another topic we could get into if you want. Porn. And that's like reels. That was the original reels on steroids. That's another thing that's just absolutely frying people's brains. And no matter how bad it gets, the worst that happens to these companies is they just get a fine, and then they keep doing what they're doing. They make that money back in a couple weeks, if that, and you're still scrolling. You're still hooked to their app, and nothing ever changes. And these judges and politicians are the ones getting paid off to not make it any harsher than it actually is. The only person that can come and save you is not the law. It's the only person that can actually make an effective change is you, right? Like in Florida, for example, they passed the one law that requires age verification to watch porn. It's like, okay, if I want to, I'd just download a VPN, right? So the law is not there to protect you. There's ways around everything. There's always another reason behind whatever they do, But at the end of the day, you're the only person that really, truly can decide what you do on a day-to-day basis. And that's pretty much the only thing that you do own, right, is your health and your choices. And the faster that we can optimize those and like really train making good decisions, making good choices, and living healthy lifestyles, it brings us closer to being as good as we possibly can be. But that's all I got for now. I'll catch you later.